Welcome to our channel. In this video, we will be exploring the fascinating history of the Vatican Secret Archive. For centuries, this collection of documents has been shrouded in mystery and controversy, with many rumors circulating about what secrets it may hold. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at the archive's origins, its role in preserving the history of the Catholic Church, and some of the controversies and events that have shaped its history. But before we dive into the fascinating world of the Vatican Secret Archive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video from us. The Vatican Secret Archive, also known as the Vatican Apostolic Archive, is a collection of historical documents, letters, and records belonging to the Holy See. The archive's name is somewhat of a misnomer, as the term secret in this case means private or personal, rather than hidden or concealed. The origins of the archive can be traced back to the 4th century, when the Bishop of Rome, Pope Damasus I, began to collect and preserve the documents of the Church. However, it was not until the 17th century that the archive began to take on its current form. In 1612, Pope Paul V established the archive as a separate entity from the Vatican Library and placed it under the authority of a cardinal prefect. Over the centuries, the archive has grown to become one of the world's most extensive collections of historical documents. It contains more than 85 kilometers of shelving, with materials dating back to the 8th century. The archive includes papal correspondence, reports, accounts, and registers, as well as a vast collection of manuscripts, maps, and prints. Despite its name, the archive has not always been shrouded in secrecy. In fact, it has been open to qualified scholars since the mid-19th century. In 1881, Pope Leo XIII issued a decree allowing access to the archive for the purpose of historical research. Today, researchers can apply for permission to access the archive, but only after they have obtained the necessary credentials and have been approved by the Vatican. The Vatican Secret Archive has been the subject of many conspiracy theories over the years, with some suggesting that it contains evidence of extraterrestrial life, ancient knowledge, or even secrets related to the life of Jesus Christ. However, the reality is that the archive is a vast collection of historical documents, many of which shed light on the history of the Church and the development of Western civilization. In recent years, the Vatican has taken steps to make the archive more accessible to researchers and scholars. In 2019, Pope Francis announced that the archive would be opened up to researchers up to the year 1939, with the remaining documents being made available on a rolling basis. The move was seen as a significant step towards greater transparency and openness in the Church's historical record. Today, the Vatican Secret Archive remains one of the most important historical archives in the world, containing a wealth of information about the history of the Church and its impact on the world. Its treasures continue to fascinate scholars and historians, and the archive remains an important source of knowledge and insight into the past. Throughout its history, the Vatican Secret Archive has played a critical role in preserving and documenting the history of the Catholic Church. It has also been involved in a number of notable events and controversies over the years. One of the most significant events in the archive's history occurred during World War II. In 1940, as the Nazis invaded Rome, Vatican officials worked to safeguard the archive's treasures, including the priceless artwork and manuscripts housed within. Under the direction of Pope Pius XII, the archive's staff worked to move the documents to safer locations, including the Vatican's summer residence at Castel Gandolfo. Although many of the Vatican's treasures were lost during the war, the archive's holdings were largely preserved. The archive has also been involved in a number of controversies over the years, particularly in relation to its handling of sensitive or controversial documents. One such controversy occurred in the 18th century when Pope Clement XIII ordered the suppression of the Jesuit order. In the aftermath of this decision, the archive was used to collect and preserve documents related to the suppression. Some scholars have criticized the archive for its role in suppressing information, arguing that it has contributed to a lack of transparency in the Church's historical record. Despite these controversies, the Vatican Secret Archive remains an invaluable resource for scholars and researchers interested in the history of the Church and Western civilization more broadly. Its collection includes many important documents and artifacts, including the papal bull excommunicating Martin Luther, letters written by Michelangelo and Galileo, and the trial records of the Knights Templar. In recent years, the Vatican has taken steps to digitize many of the archive's holdings, making them more accessible to researchers and scholars around the world. This has helped to expand the reach of the archive and to promote greater understanding and knowledge of the Church's history. As a result, the Vatican Secret Archive continues to play an important role in shaping our understanding of the past and informing our vision for the future. One interesting fact about the Vatican Secret Archive is that its holdings include some truly unusual documents. For example, the archive contains a letter from the Virgin Mary to Pope Clement VII, as well as a letter written by the Persian king, Tamerlane, to Pope Innocent VII in 1399. There are also documents related to the trial of Galileo, including the original manuscript of his trial and the official transcripts of the proceedings. Additionally, the archive contains a collection of letters from Michelangelo, providing insight into the mind of this great Renaissance artist. These unique and often unexpected documents help to make the Vatican Secret Archive a truly fascinating resource for historians and scholars. Another interesting fact about the Vatican Secret Archive is that it is one of the oldest and most extensive archives in the world. The archive dates back to the early days of the Catholic Church, and over the centuries, it has grown to contain more than 85 kilometers of shelving, with materials dating back to the 8th century. The archive includes not only religious documents and papal correspondence, but also an array of non-religious materials such as maps, manuscripts, and even ancient artwork. The Vatican Secret Archive is a treasure trove of information about the history of the Church and the development of Western civilization more broadly. Another interesting fact is that, contrary to popular belief, the term secret in the archive's name does not refer to hidden or forbidden documents, but rather to the fact that the archive contains private or personal records of the popes. These records were kept in a separate location from the Vatican Library and were originally intended to be viewed only by the Pope and his closest advisors. Finally, the Vatican Secret Archive has become the subject of many conspiracy theories over the years. Some have claimed that the archive contains evidence of extraterrestrial life, lost biblical texts, or even secrets related to the life of Jesus Christ. While these claims are largely unfounded, they have contributed to the archive's reputation as a place of mystery and intrigue, and have helped to fuel interest in the archive among the general public. While the Vatican Secret Archive is a fascinating collection of historical documents, it has also been the subject of many conspiracy theories over the years. One such theory is that the archive contains evidence of extraterrestrial life or ancient technology that could upend our understanding of human history. Proponents of this theory point to several documents within the archive that they claim suggest the existence of advanced technology or extraterrestrial life. For example, some have pointed to a letter from a 16th-century Jesuit missionary in China who claimed to have seen a flying chair that could travel great distances through the air. Others have cited a letter from a Vatican official in the 17th century who claimed to have seen a mechanical device that could move without any external source of power. While these claims are certainly intriguing, there is little evidence to support them. Many of the documents in the archive that are cited as evidence of ancient technology or extraterrestrial life are either misinterpreted or taken out of context. In reality, the Vatican Secret Archive is primarily a collection of documents related to the history of the Catholic Church, and it is unlikely that it contains any evidence that would fundamentally alter our understanding of human history. Another popular theory surrounding the Vatican Secret Archive is that it contains information about the true nature of Jesus Christ, or even evidence that he never existed at all. While some have claimed that the archive contains secret texts or artifacts that could upend the traditional understanding of Jesus, there is little evidence to support these claims. In reality, the Vatican Secret Archive is a valuable resource for scholars and historians interested in the history of the Catholic Church and Western civilization more broadly. While it may not contain evidence of extraterrestrial life or ancient technology, it is a rich repository of documents that shed light on the workings of the Church, the lives of popes and other key figures, and the development of Western society over the centuries. Another theory surrounding the Vatican Secret Archive is that it contains evidence of wrongdoing or cover-ups within the Catholic Church. Some have suggested that the archive may contain documents related to the Church's handling of the sexual abuse crisis, or evidence of corruption or financial impropriety. While there have certainly been instances of wrongdoing within the Church's history, it is unlikely that the archive contains any evidence of a widespread cover-up or conspiracy. In recent years, the Vatican has taken steps to address the issue of sexual abuse within the Church, and has been more transparent about its finances and other internal affairs. It is worth noting, however, that the Vatican Secret Archive has not always been a model of transparency or openness. In the past, the archive was often closed to outside researchers, and access to certain documents was tightly controlled. While the Vatican has taken steps in recent years to make the archive more accessible, there are still some restrictions in place, particularly when it comes to documents that are considered particularly sensitive or controversial. Overall, the Vatican Secret Archive is a fascinating collection of historical documents that sheds light on the history of the Catholic Church and Western civilization more broadly. While there have been many conspiracy theories and rumors surrounding the archive over the years, the reality is that it is primarily a repository of documents related to the workings of the Church over the centuries. And that's it for our exploration of the Vatican Secret Archive. We hope you found this video informative and enjoyable, and that you learned something new about this remarkable collection of historical documents. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below what other topics you'd like to see us cover in the future. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all our latest content. Thanks for watching.